And now, Whitney Media 1460 WVOX presents Westchester Means Business with Marsha Gordon. Marsha Gordon is the president and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester. Now, here's Marsha Gordon.
So pleased to be here every Monday talking about business in Westchester County. What makes business grow? What are the opportunities? What are the challenges? And what's going on in Westchester? So one thing that I really want to tell all our listeners, especially today, is that this coming Wednesday, February 15th, we are having a Tompkins Mahopac Bank Power Breakfast on corporate social responsibility done right. And this is all about giving back and creating business success at the same time. When it comes to the social sector, philanthropy, I can't believe I said that, giving back, helping others, improving our communities and our planet, however it's defined, we're seeing clear and positive trends in 2017. And our wonderful panel of experts, led by Jennifer Flowers, the founder and CEO of Accreditation Guru, is going to talk about corporate responsibility, global versus local, how to work with and mentor neighboring not-for-profits, best practices to give back and generate business at the same time. So if you haven't registered, it's this Wednesday and it is filling up. So please go online to thebcw.org and be sure to register. And that seminar actually ties in real well to our guest today, who I'm very pleased to welcome. Her name is Briana Maloney. Welcome, Briana.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Very good to have you here. And Briana is a grant writer, research and information specialist with experience in social media and web design. She grew up in the Mid-Hudson region and attended Providence College in Rhode Island, where she majored in English, minored in business. Then she attended SUNY Albany, where she received her master's in information science, while also working in New York State Department's library development. She returned downstate, worked as an academic librarian. Do you know that I wanted to be a librarian? No one believes that, but I really did. Both at Mount St. Mary College and Rockland Community College, and then had first child. And linked with a wonderful person, Steve Densmore, who is the founder and the CEO of Choice Words, LLC, a boutique public relations and grant writing firm. And while Briana has and continues to hold a number of roles within Choice Words, including client development, public relations, accounting, she's developed through experience, particularly her expertise in grant writing for municipal infrastructure projects, nonprofits serving individuals with developmental disabilities, nature and environmental-based nonprofits, and healthcare organizations. She's now the vice president of the company. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She resides in southern Ulster County with her husband and now 2 children, and donates her time as president of Letterman Children's Center, a nonprofit preschool. Wow, you're a busy woman.
Yes, I am.
Well, congratulations to you. You're a great example of someone who has transitioned her career in many, many positive ways.
Thank you.
And many more to come to help people.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about Choice Words. Let's start from the beginning. What does Choice Words do for your clients?
We have 3 major services, primarily grant writing. That's our biggest service. That's what we're known for. We also do public relations and communications consulting. So the public relations is your general press releases, press conferences, press advisories. With communications consulting, we look at an organization's website, their social media presence, even the internal communications, and just try to help them have better communication, have a broader reach into the community. And the grant writing is pretty self-explanatory, getting money for an organization, mostly
very
nonprofits.
Successfully you get money.
Yes,
for
we have been very successful.
Yes.
And one of the particular types of grant writing we've been particularly successful with is the New York State Consolidated Funding Application. And that'll be coming up in May, but that's a great grant because businesses can apply for it as well.
Exactly. And I'm going to be careful with my words here, but I'm very proud to be on the Regional Economic Development Council, and I've seen the great work that Choice Words has done, and really representing your clients and helping to prepare your clients for success. So
Yes.
congratulations to you. I know you've had great successes with some pretty significant projects.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think businesses, because so many grants aren't open to them, they look at this application and just say, I don't even know where to start.
Yes.
And we're there to help them the whole way through.
That's great. And the person who is here, the company that's there is Choice Words, LLC. Briana Maloney is my guest today. She's the vice president. I'm Marsha Gordon. I'm the president and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester here on WVOX. So let's talk about the types of clients that your company serves.
Sure, yeah. As I touched on it, mostly we serve nonprofits because grants from private charitable institutions and from the government are generally you have to be a 501c3 to apply. And we've recently grown into helping municipalities more. Mm-hmm. And of course, the infrastructure needs are just endless in New York State, and there continues to be more and more opportunities for them. As I said, with the CFA, we're helping more businesses. We've also helped school districts, and we've helped higher ed. We wrote a really big grant for SUNY New Paltz that was successful. So we're kind of...
And what was that grant for?
That was for the 3D printing center. Yes, $10 million for them.
Hudson Valley Economic Development Corporation was involved with that also.
Absolutely.
That's very, very exciting.
Yes, and I live by there, so I'm proud to have that in our area, and it's a great resource.
And that's really a resource that's for the entire region as well.
Yes.
So a lot of these grants, while it's for one particular organization, it's Hudson Valley wide, and that's why I really like them. Mm-hmm. So that's terrific. And so your clients are where are most of them located?
We're mostly in the Hudson Valley, Orange County, Dutchess County, Ulster, Sullivan. And we actually have a number of clients in Westchester County now, which is why I'm here. Mm-hmm. And we have a client down in Manhattan now. We've had one all the way up in Monroe County, in the Capital Region. So we're everywhere.
You're really statewide.
Yeah, I'm speaking to someone in Philly next week. So we'll be regional soon.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, Choice Words really deals with many, many types of grant opportunities. How does it work? Do your clients come to you? Do you see grant opportunity and go to your clients? And what type of grants and funding particularly are available for business?
Well, to answer your first question, there's a big mix of ways that people come to us. Often it's a referral from another nonprofit, business, municipality. People are happy with us. They tell their other friends. And through organizations like the Business Council of Westchester, we're also part of the Orange County Partnership and the Dutchess County Chamber of Commerce. So there's a lot of networking through that. We have a newsletter with funding opportunities, which we have a very high open rate because people want to see those.
Yes.
So we get clients that way. And then a lot of times, if I do see a grant that I think is perfect for a client we've worked with before, I reach out to them, and that is been very fruitful.
That's great. And particularly for businesses.
Yes.
What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, along with the CFA that I was talking about before, we have recently started helping businesses receive tax exemption, sales tax exemption through their local industrial development agency, better known as an IDA. And there's also opportunities for training grants through the New York State Department of Labor and some NYSERDA grants, which are the New York State Energy Research Development Association. And so those are the ones available for businesses.
What I really love sitting on the regional council, I think, and I'll speak for a lot of us on the regional council, is when we see these mid-sized family-based organizations, several generations come in, and they want to stay in New York. They want to stay in the Hudson Valley. They want to grow their business. They care deeply about their employees and taking their business to the next level. And, I can think of some that are just so satisfying because you know that the corporate culture is there, the values are there. And with a little help, they can expand their plants. They can do some training. They can buy a new piece of equipment,
Yeah, it is nice. And it's nice we get, so intimate with these organizations so quickly. You learn about them. We get really excited. to help them. We get excited to learn about it. And I feel like I know about so many of those businesses throughout the Hudson Valley. It really is a nice relationship.
Do you ever say to a company or municipality or nonprofit that comes to you, you know what? I don't think it's a good idea that you apply for this grant? That's a tough one. Huh?
No, I mean, only if it doesn't fit the parameters.
Yes.
We are honest, we're not going to charge them and work for it.
Yeah, because you want to have a good success rate.
Right.
Also. Yeah.
But we try to help people as much as possible.
That's great. My guest today is Briana Maloney. She is the Vice President of Choice Words, LLC. And Choice Words is an organization that helps municipalities and businesses and nonprofits in the Hudson Valley get funding, do PR, get their word out. What am I leaving out? Among many other things.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And I'm Marsha Gordon. I'm the President and CEO of the Business Council of Westchester, where I want to remind you again that this coming Wednesday, we have a seminar, or is it Thursday, on corporate social responsibility, and at the Crown Plaza. It's Wednesday, February 15th, at the Crown Plaza to talk about corporate social responsibility done right as part of our Tompkins Mahopac Bang Power Breakfast series, and it ties right in to the work that Briana and her company does. So let's talk about, why is Choice Words uniquely suitable for nonprofits and municipalities and businesses in the Hudson Valley?
Well, there are a number of grant writing consultants in the area, very good ones. But the one thing that makes Choice Words really stand out is that we have a team approach. And generally, while you do have one grant writer working with you who will become intimate with your organization, sometimes there's a last-minute grant that requires 80 hours of work. And whereas one person couldn't do that, we will bring 2 or 3 grant writers on together. So one person's editing, the other person's working on the budget, the other person's pulling together attachments, and we make it work for an organization. And the other thing that makes us stand out is our record of achievement. We've won over $40 million in grants.
$40 million?
$40 million in 7 years. So,
that is incredible.
Yeah. Yes, and people often ask us, do you get paid a percentage? No, we don't. We wish we did sometimes.
That's really an incredible success record. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So who are the wizard members of this CW team that get this all done?
Well, there's Steve Densmore, as you mentioned before, who co-founded the organization with me after doing public relations for the Dyson Foundation in Dutchess County, which actually he still works with them, and doing all the grant writing for Walkway Over the Hudson.
And if anyone hasn't been to Walkway Over the Hudson, they've got to get there as soon as the weather gets beautiful, because it is something to see.
Absolutely. So
something to experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
After he was so successful with that, he realized that there was a growing need for grant writers in the Hudson Valley. I joined him mostly under his tutelage for a while and grew on my own as a grant writer. And we started getting so much business that we brought on other associates. Jennifer Gutman, she's also an English professor at SUNY New Paltz. She grant writes with us. And then Emily Vanston left New York City after a 10-year publishing career. She and Steve were working together on a nonprofit board, and he saw tremendous potential in her. And then Larry Hertz is our PR guy.
Larry Hertz.
Yeah. He worked for the Poughkeepsie Journal for 30 years.
Will you tell him I said hello?
Of course.
Oh, my goodness. That's great.
So he writes all our press releases, and he calls the media, and he knows a lot of people, too. So that's helpful.
Terrific. That's great. So you have a real team going on, team approach, too.
Yes.
That's probably the reason for the $40 million coming in. That's great. And by the way, Briana, I want to give your information several times. So where can people find you?
Probably the easiest way is our website, which is choicewordspr.com. That's PR as in public relations. And the Contact Us page has our phone number, email address, and also an opportunity to sign up for our newsletter.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Lots of good information there.
Yes.
Great open rate. So, Briana, what is your role in the company? I know we talked about you getting involved in grant writing, but what specifically is your role?
Now I am overseeing our other employees and I do a lot of the outreach still. I do the newsletter, but mostly I'm doing a lot of grant writing because we just keep taking on more and more clients. I also do a lot of the research because of my background as an academic librarian. One of the major services we provide with the grant writing is an in-depth funder search, which we use the foundation directory. So that usually takes 15 to 20 hours of research right there.
So all of your clients, you're really providing a lot of value added for them.
Yes, I think so.
That's great. And I'm curious to know about municipalities. What kinds of grants do you work on with municipalities?
There's a number of different funding lines through the CFA for them. And then there's also through the Department of Environmental Conservation, there's a number of opportunities through the state on Grants Gateway. There's always opportunities. The ones we've been particularly successful with, we helped the city of Poughkeepsie get some money to revitalize their waterfront, which has been tremendous. We helped the town of New Windsor get some money for infrastructure improvements at Stewart Airport. And we also helped the town of Wawarsing, which is a very small rural community by me, get money for a feasibility study so that they could repurpose a farm for agro-tourism.
That was I remember that grant. That was very exciting.
Yeah.
So the projects that you're working on specifically in the Hudson Valley, talking about the regional council, it's really, really to create a live, work, play environment.
Absolutely.
In the Hudson Valley, and really focusing on food and beverage is a big one, making sure our infrastructure is up to speed so we can attract businesses. Some of those advanced manufacturing and high-tech industries are big.
Yes.
So healthcare, waterfront, those are all areas that I know the regional council in particular is very interested in.
Yes.
So, and I know Choice Words has been very, very successful in meeting those criteria.
Yeah.
So you're here in Westchester. You came here today to New Rochelle from Cohonson, which is a little bit of a ride.
Yes, it is.
But happy to have you here. Be sure to go shopping.
Yeah, I
will. So what does the company see for opportunities for growth in Westchester?
Well, I think we have 3 Westchester clients right now, and a couple of them are recent. One we've had a long-standing relationship with. And we continue to be referred more and more to Westchester organizations. And I actually started Googling Westchester, what's going on down here? I mean, of course, it's always been an area of tremendous growth, great location. But I ran into the nonprofit economic data project by Johns Hopkins Center for Civil Society Studies. And it actually said that the nonprofit sector is the largest industry in the county, employing 13.6% of the county's total workforce.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I think that's part of the reason that we keep getting more and more business down here. And I think people just see the value in grant writing, whether you're highly successful or you're just building that language to get your message out there. It all has a lot of value.
It does help. I mean, even if somebody doesn't get a grant, and of course we hope everyone who applies with Choice Words is successful, but if not, my experience in both seeing grants and doing some grants is it helps you get your business plan together.
Absolutely.
It helps you to see if you're viable and if you should be applying and what you should be doing.
Right.
And do you help formulate that for a client, or do they have to come in, and have it all set?
No, that's one of the biggest things we do. I mean, there are certain organizations who have this all down, but most of them really need help doing that. And in the process, sometimes I'm afraid they're going to get frustrated because I have so many questions. Instead, they say, "This is great. Now you're really helping us get organized."
Yeah, you're really a consultant for them. Yeah,
in ways we didn't even imagine.
Yeah, that's probably very, 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 very satisfying. My guest today is Briana Maloney. She is the Vice President of Choice Words, LLC, and she helps businesses, municipalities, nonprofits get grants. In addition, the company does public relations and marketing as well. And Briana really works to get money to Hudson Valley companies. That's a pretty good way. That's a pretty good way to do it. You may never put that on your tagline, but that's what you do.
Yes, it is.
And you do it successfully. Again, what is your website?
The website is choicewordspr.com. And on there, like I said before, if you go to the contact us page, you can find our emails and phone number and a chance to sign up for our newsletter. And we actually have a resources page as well, where you can see the old newsletters and some other resources for those who just want to look for grants, without our help. You can get some preliminary search done on your own there.
That's terrific. So Choice Words recently joined the Business Council of Westchester. Thank you very much. What are you looking for in Westchester? What do you see as the opportunities?
We just think that the Business Council of Westchester is a dynamic and engaged business advocacy organization, and it's a remarkable resource for this region. And we hope that it can extend our reach further south in the Hudson Valley, helping the organizations down here and building partnerships with new organizations.
Well, thank you. Well, we're very excited about working with you and having you here in Westchester as a resource. As you see, even from our event that we have coming up this Wednesday on corporate social responsibility, there's a need for experts like you to be working with nonprofits, with, as you say, community-based organizations, to make sure that they can get the dollars that they need to meet their mission.
Absolutely.
And that's really what it's about, or to help a municipality serve its citizens, or to help a business grow the business and be able to create jobs for employees. So it's a very, very exciting opportunity. What do you think? Can you tell us about some of your favorite grants that you've done?
Oh, okay. Sometimes it's more fun to work for a business, I guess. It's hard to say, but you learn about things you would never learn about. So some of the things, we have one, as you mentioned before, there's a big distillery and craft brew business in the Hudson Valley.
Distilleries and craft breweries.
Yeah. And we helped the Black Dirt Distillery in Warwick, New York, win a grant. They wanted to buy a tour bus so that they could bring their customers around to other farms and distilleries, which was, and these other distilleries weren't going to pay for it, but it was a true collaboration. They were going to show them the hop farm where they get their hops, show them another distillery down the road.
It's so amazing, what's happening in the Hudson Valley. You live a little bit north of here, but what's happening in terms of this whole kind of food and beverage scene and the craft breweries and the onion farms and everything else. How is it all tying together? What are you seeing as a grant writer helping these companies get grants?
Well, there? I mean, what I see as a private citizen in, mid to upper Hudson Valley is just a great influx of tourists from the city, which is helping revitalize the whole area. Down here, you don't really need that. But up by us, now you have these tourists coming for these craft beverage weekends, and it's great. All the local businesses benefit. There's more people in the area, so everyone benefits.
It's great. It's all about job creation and economic development. And I have a question for you. How did you wind up living in Kerhonkson?
Well, I grew up in Woodstock.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not too far from there. And then I came home. My husband was already a teacher in the area. So, yes.
Well, it's a beautiful, I lived in Hyde Park for a very long time. So
beautiful. It's
a beautiful area of the Hudson Valley to live.
Yeah, it's quiet, but not too quiet.
Not too quiet. You have access to everything else around you.
Yes.
So once again, Choice Words. Where can people reach you, Briana Maloney?
choicewordspr.com.
Great. And the number, if you want to call, is 845-430-8716. And once again, we do encourage everybody to attend our seminar this coming Wednesday at the Crown Plaza on corporate social responsibility. Thank you so much for being my guest today, Briana, and have a great week for business.
You too. Thanks for having me.